The 1989 D Mint Mark I dime, struck at the Denver Mint, is a fascinating coin that has gained considerable attention among collectors and numismatists for reasons that go beyond its face value of just 10 cents. While most 1989 dimes are extremely common and found in circulation without much thought, there exists a certain appeal in this coin when evaluated from the perspectives of rarity, history, condition, and collector demand, which together can elevate its market value significantly, up to an impressive $500 in today's coin market under the right circumstances. To understand why a seemingly ordinary coin, such as the 1989 D dime, can command such a price, we must delve into its background, production, numismatic value, and the elements that determine its worth to both collectors and investors. The dime itself is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing in 1945. The coin's obverse features a left-facing bust of Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, with inscriptions such as "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date of issue. On the reverse, the coin shows a torch in the center, flanked by an olive branch on the left, symbolizing peace, and an oak branch on the right, representing strength and independence, along with the inscriptions "United States of America," "E pluribus unum," and "One dime." These design elements were not unique to 1989, but formed part of the long-standing Roosevelt dime series, which is still in production today. However, despite the large mintages of Roosevelt dimes throughout the late 20th century, some issues, including the 1989 D dime, have achieved attention due to factors such as high-grade rarity, minting errors, and strong collector interest in modern coinage that remains in pristine condition. The Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of dimes in 1989, and at first glance, one would assume that such a coin would hold no significant numismatic value because of its high mintage and circulation numbers. Yet, in numismatics, value is not solely determined by how many coins were struck, but also by how many survive today in exceptional condition, as well as how many exhibit unique characteristics that set them apart. The majority of 1989 D dimes circulated heavily in everyday commerce, and coins that were spent, handled, and worn down generally remain worth only face value. However, uncirculated coins that have been carefully preserved, especially those graded by professional services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, can reach values in the hundreds of dollars. Coins that achieve near-perfect mint state grades, such as MS66, MS67, or higher, are considered extremely rare, as few coins from such a high mintage year were saved in pristine condition. Collectors are willing to pay premiums for these top-graded examples, and in the case of the 1989 D dime, this can push its market value up to around $500. This value is not an arbitrary number, but rather reflects actual collector demand and auction results where rare high-grade specimens have commanded such amounts. Another factor that adds to the value of the 1989 D dime is the possibility of minting errors or varieties. Coins sometimes leave the mint with striking mistakes, such as double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, or other unique errors that significantly enhance their desirability. While not every 1989 D dime has such errors, those that do are sought after by error coin enthusiasts and can fetch substantial sums depending on the severity and visibility of the mistake. Collectors often search rolls and bags of dimes in hopes of finding such treasures, as even small differences can result in large jumps in value. When combined with the coin's date and Denver Mint mark, error varieties can transform an ordinary dime into a rare collectible worth far more than its small face value. From a historical perspective, the 1989 D dime also represents an interesting period in U.S. coinage. By this time, coins were being struck using a copper-nickel-clad composition, rather than the silver used in dimes before 1965. This meant that the 1989 D dime was not inherently valuable for its metal content, but rather for its numismatic appeal. The transition to clad coinage was already well established by 1989, yet collectors continued to appreciate certain issues when they appeared in superior condition or when minting anomalies were present. Additionally, modern dimes from the 1980s and 1990s have become increasingly popular among younger collectors, many of whom grew up using these coins and now seek to preserve examples from their childhood era. As a result, there has been growing demand for pristine, high-quality 1989 D dimes, further supporting their strong market value. Market value is always an essential element when discussing coins, and for the 1989 D mint mark dime, $500 is a fair estimate for top-tier examples. It is important to note that not every 1989 D dime will be worth anywhere near this amount. Most are worth face value unless they are uncirculated or contain errors. However, the select few that do exist in perfect condition or with significant errors create a strong market niche. Auction houses, coin dealers, and online platforms such as eBay often list high-grade 1989 D dimes, and prices can fluctuate depending on collector interest and the availability of such coins at the time. Coins graded at MS-65 may bring moderate premiums, but it is usually the MS-67 or higher specimens that push values closer to the $500 mark. Furthermore, if the coin has an unusual striking error, the value can exceed even this figure, as collectors compete to add these rarities to their collections. For investors and collectors alike, the 1989 D dime illustrates the importance of condition, rarity, and collector interest in determining coin values. While the coin's mintage was high, its survival in superb quality was relatively low, creating scarcity at the upper end of the grading spectrum. This scarcity, when combined with collector demand, results in significant value appreciation. Additionally, coins like the 1989 D dime remind us that even modern coins can carry hidden value if preserved well or if they exhibit unique features. For this reason, many coin enthusiasts advocate carefully checking change and saving coins that appear unusually pristine, as they may turn out to be worth far more than expected. In the case of the 1989 D dime, the chance to turn a 10-cent coin into a $500 collectible is a prime example of the hidden treasures waiting to be discovered in everyday currency. In conclusion, the 1989 D mint mark 1 dime stands as a prime example of how numismatics transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. Despite being a common issue struck in large numbers, this coin can achieve values of up to $500 when found in superb uncirculated grades or with unique minting errors. Its design honoring Franklin D. Roosevelt, its production at the Denver Mint, its historical place within the broader Roosevelt dime series, and its potential rarity and high condition all contribute to its strong desirability among collectors. The story of the 1989 D dime highlights the fascinating world of coin collecting, where history, art, rarity, and condition come together to create value far beyond face worth. For collectors, discovering or owning a high-grade 1989 D dime is not just about holding a small piece of metal, but about possessing a link to history and a valuable asset in the ever-evolving numismatic market. With a market value reaching $500, the 1989 D dime is a reminder that sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest stories, and for those who appreciate the beauty of coins, this particular issue is one worth treasuring and preserving for generations to come. Next up, the 1977 D mint mark 1 dime is a fascinating coin that many collectors often overlook at first glance, considering it just another piece of small change in circulation. However, for coin collectors, numismatists, and enthusiasts who understand the hidden worth behind such coins, the 1977 D Roosevelt dime holds an important place in American numismatic history. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint, identifiable by the small D mint mark, and while millions were produced for everyday use, certain factors related to condition, rarity, demand, and collector interest have pushed specific examples of this coin to market values as high as $600. This might sound surprising for a coin with a face value of only 10 cents. But in the world of rare coins, small details and preservation can transform a common piece of currency into a hidden treasure. The Roosevelt dime series itself began in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's legacy was deeply tied to the March of Dimes, a campaign aimed at eradicating polio, which makes his portrait on the dime both historically and symbolically significant. By 1977, the design had already been in circulation for more than 30 years. Yet the dimes minted in Denver during this year hold special appeal due to variations in strike quality, circulation patterns, and the survival rate of coins in pristine condition. While millions were minted, the number of high-grade, untouched examples that remain today is far smaller, making them much more desirable to collectors willing to pay top dollar. One of the key reasons why the 1977 D-dime can command a value of $600 is its condition and grade. Coins are typically graded on a scale ranging from poor to perfect mint state, with professional grading services like NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, and PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, certifying coins for the market. Most 1977 D-dimes were used heavily in circulation, accumulating scratches, wear, and damage over decades of use. However, if a collector discovers an example that has been preserved in near-perfect condition, such as mint state 67 or higher, the rarity increases significantly. High-grade coins become scarce because so few survive without blemishes, and this scarcity directly influences their market value. A flawless or nearly flawless 1977 D-dime with strong luster, sharp strike details, and no significant contact marks can easily reach the $600 level in today's coin market. Another factor that boosts the desirability of this coin is the possibility of minting errors or die varieties. Collectors are always on the lookout for doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, or other unusual features that occurred during the minting process. These errors often went unnoticed at the time of production, but in the modern coin collecting world, they are highly prized. If a 1977 D-dime contains one of these errors, its value can skyrocket well beyond the average market figure, especially when authenticated and certified by a trusted grading service. Even without a major error, small variations in strike quality or plancher condition can add to the uniqueness of the coin and attract enthusiastic bidders. The historical context of the 1977 D-dime also plays a role in its value. The late 1970s were a period of economic turbulence in the United States, with inflation, rising silver and gold prices, and shifting patterns in the use of coins and currency. Although the dime had been made of copper-nickel clad since 1965 rather than silver, its continued circulation during this period represented the evolution of modern American coinage. Collectors today often look back at coins from the 1970s as pieces of history marking an era of transition in the U.S. economy and minting practices. Owning a 1977 D-dime is not just about possessing a small coin, it's about holding a reminder of the time period, the minting technology of the era, and the enduring significance of Roosevelt's legacy. Market demand is another critical aspect. When considering the $600 value of a 1977 D-dime. In coin collecting, the value of any coin is determined not just by its rarity, but also by how much collectors want it. Dimes from the 1970s are not yet considered ancient, but they are old enough to be nostalgic for many collectors who grew up during that time. Nostalgia drives demand, and demand drives value. When more collectors compete to own a high-quality specimen of the 1977 D-dime, the price naturally rises at auction or in private sales. This competitive market environment is what allows certain examples of this coin to sell for hundreds of dollars, despite being relatively modern in terms of age. It's also important to note the role of coin grading and professional certification in securing higher values. An uncertified 1977 D dime might not attract much attention at a coin shop or flea market, but if the same coin is graded by NGC or PCGS and receives a mint state 67 or 68 rating, the situation changes entirely. Certification provides assurance to buyers that the coin is genuine, properly graded, and worthy of investment. As a result, certified examples of the 1977 D dime can reach premium values of $600 or even more, depending on the specific qualities of the coin. Collectors are far more likely to pay top dollar when they have confidence in what they are buying, and certification plays a vital role in establishing that trust beyond condition and certification. Another element that adds to the coin's appeal is its role in completing collections. Many collectors strive to build complete date and mint mark sets of the Roosevelt dime series, and the 1977 D dime is a necessary piece of that puzzle. When collectors are missing this particular coin in high grade, they are often willing to pay above-average prices to secure it and complete their sets. This demand for completeness ensures that coins like the 1977 D dime will always have a strong place in the market. For collectors who specialize in Roosevelt dimes, a gem-quality 1977 D piece is not optional. It's essential. The beauty of coin collecting lies in the fact that coins like the 1977 D dime bridge the gap between everyday currency and rare collectible. Millions of people handled this coin in their daily transactions, never suspecting that certain examples would one day be valued at $600. This transformation from ordinary to extraordinary is what makes numismatics such a captivating hobby and investment opportunity. For someone who stumbles upon a high-grade 1977 D dime in their change jar or inherited coin collection, the discovery can feel like uncovering a hidden treasure, turning pocket change into a significant financial asset. Looking ahead, the value of coins like the 1977 D dime will likely continue to appreciate as fewer high-grade examples remain available. Time naturally reduces the population of pristine coins due to wear, damage, and loss, which means surviving gems become even scarcer. For collectors and investors, this presents an opportunity. Acquiring and holding on to such coins today could result in even greater returns in the future. The combination of historical significance, collector demand, and rarity ensures that the 1977 D dime will remain a strong candidate for long-term value growth in the numismatic market. In conclusion, the 1977 D Mint Mark I dime is much more than a simple 10-cent coin from Denver. With a market value reaching $600 in high-grade certified condition, this coin demonstrates how everyday currency can evolve into a prized collectible. Its historical background tied to Roosevelt's legacy, its rarity in top condition, the potential for minting errors, and the ongoing demand from collectors all contribute to its impressive value. For enthusiasts and investors alike, the 1977 D dime stands as a testament to the hidden treasures waiting to be discovered in the world of coin collecting, proving once again that sometimes the smallest coins can hold the greatest worth. Next up, the 1973 No Mint Mark I dime is a fascinating coin that has captured the attention of coin collectors, numismatists, and enthusiasts of U.S. currency. At first glance, many people may mistake it for just another ordinary Roosevelt dime that passed through the hands of millions in daily circulation. However, when examined more carefully, the 1973 dime struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark can reveal an extraordinary value for those lucky enough to hold one in pristine condition. Today, certain high-grade examples of this coin have been sold or valued as high as $700, a remarkable sum when you consider that its face value is only 10 cents. Understanding why a 1973 no-mint mark dime carries such weight in the numismatic community requires exploring its history, the Roosevelt dime series, the coin's production background, rarity, grading, and the collector demand that drives its impressive market value. The Roosevelt dime series was introduced in 1946, just 1 year after the death of Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was a beloved U.S. president remembered not only for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War, but also for his dedication to fighting polio. His association with the March of Dimes, an organization aimed at eradicating polio, made his image on the dime a fitting tribute. Since its introduction, the Roosevelt dime has been one of the most widely used denominations in the United States, with billions minted across decades. By 1973, the design had been in circulation for more than 25 years, and while most of these coins were struck in large quantities for general use, certain factors make the 1973 no-mint mark dime unique and highly collectible. The first factor that makes the 1973 no-mint mark dime stand out is its minting location and mark, or lack thereof. Coins produced at the Denver Mint carry a D mint mark. Those struck at San Francisco bear an S, and the Philadelphia Mint, which produced the 1973 no-mint mark dime, traditionally did not use a mint mark at the time. This absence is not an error but part of standard minting practices of that era. Still, for collectors, the absence of a mint mark is a point of distinction that helps identify the origin of the coin. Because Philadelphia dimes from the 1970s are less commonly preserved in high grades, examples of the 1973 no-mint mark dime in gem quality condition are much scarcer than their mintage numbers might suggest. Condition is the single greatest contributor to why this coin can reach a market value of $700. The majority of 1973 no-mint mark dimes were heavily used in circulation. They passed through hands, cash registers, and pockets for years, accumulating scratches, wear, and loss of original mint luster. As a result, finding one today that is completely uncirculated and in top mint state grades is rare. Professional coin grading services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, have certified only a limited number of these dimes in grades MS-67 and above. In such high grades, the combination of rarity, condition, and demand pushes collectors to pay hundreds of dollars, with some examples trading at or near $700. Another factor influencing the coin's value is the broader context of the 1970s in U.S. coinage. By 1973, all circulating dimes were being struck in copper-nickel clad rather than silver, a change made in 1965 to respond to rising silver prices. While this means that 1973 dimes do not carry intrinsic silver value, it also highlights how these coins represent the modern era of U.S. minting. Collectors often seek out coins from transitional or modern decades in high grades to complete their Roosevelt dime sets. The absence of precious metal content means that condition and rarity become even more critical, adding to the prestige of finding a well-preserved 1973 dime. Beyond grade and minting details, the 1973 no-mint mark dime is also subject to collector interest in era coins. While the base coin itself has no mint mark by design, certain 1973 dimes may feature striking errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or weak strikes. Such errors make the coin even rarer and significantly more valuable. A 1973 no-mint mark dime with an error authenticated by a grading service could easily surpass the $700 mark, depending on the type and visibility of the error. This adds an extra layer of excitement for collectors, as each coin has the potential to reveal unique minting anomalies that increase its desirability. Market demand for the 1973 no-mint mark dime continues to grow among Roosevelt dime collectors. For many collectors, building a complete set of Roosevelt dimes with each year and mint mark is a long-term goal. In that journey, The 1973 dime is a required piece, and when someone is looking for the best possible examples to complete their set, competition at auction can be fierce. This collector-driven competition is another reason why the price of the 1973 dime in top grades can climb so high. A complete set is only as strong as its weakest link, and collectors are often willing to pay a premium for coins that fill tough. Gaps in exceptional condition. Certification plays a vital role in the market value of the 1973 no-mint mark dime. While raw, uncertified coins may be overlooked by casual sellers and buyers, certified coins provide assurance of authenticity and condition. A 1973 dime graded MS-67 or MS-68 by PCGS or NGC is a coin of elite status in the numismatic world, and it is coins like these that regularly bring prices in the $700 range. Collectors trust certification because it eliminates uncertainty and ensures the coin's grade has been evaluated by experts. This trust is reflected in the higher prices certified coins achieve. The emotional and historical connection that collectors have with coins also plays a role in pushing values higher. Coins are not just pieces of metal. They are artifacts of history, representing a nation's economy, leadership, and cultural identity at a given point in time. The 1973 dime carries with it the spirit of the early 1970s, a period of political change, economic challenges, and social transformation in the United States. For collectors, owning a high-quality coin from that era is like holding a piece of American history, further justifying its premium value. Looking ahead, the value of the 1973 no-mint mark dime may continue to increase as time passes. Each year, fewer examples remain in pristine condition due to circulation, damage, or mishandling. The pool of top-grade coins will only get smaller, and as demand persists, scarcity will drive prices upward. For collectors, this makes the 1973 dime not only a collectible, but also an investment piece, one that has the potential to appreciate further in the numismatic market. In conclusion, the 1973 no-mint mark I dime is a remarkable coin that demonstrates how even a seemingly ordinary piece of change can hold extraordinary value. With a market value that can reach $700 in high-grade condition, this dime is a prized treasure for collectors of Roosevelt dimes and U.S. coinage in general. Its absence of a mint mark, historical significance tied to the Roosevelt dime series, rarity in high grades, and potential for errors all contribute to its status as a highly collectible coin. For numismatists and enthusiasts, the 1973 no-mint mark dime is not just another small coin, but a symbol of how hidden value and history can be found in the most unexpected places. Next up, the 1941 no-mint mark I dime is an extraordinary piece of American numismatic history, representing both artistic beauty and the economic conditions of its time. This coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, is part of the beloved Mercury dime series that ran from 1916 to 1945. While dimes are often overlooked in favor of larger denominations like quarters and dollars, the 1941 no-mint mark dime stands out for its historical significance, artistry, and collector demand. In certain grades and under the right market conditions, this coin has been valued as high as $900, making it an important find for collectors and investors alike. The Mercury dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, is considered one of the most iconic designs in all of U.S. coinage. Created by sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the coin features Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. Many people mistakenly associate the image with the Roman god Mercury, which is how the coin got its popular name. On the reverse, a fasces, a bundle of rods bound around an axe, appears alongside an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. This design has long been admired for its classical elegance, and the 1941 issue is no exception. For collectors, The artistry of the Mercury dime makes it a must-have coin, and the no mint mark variety from Philadelphia adds a special layer of intrigue. The year 1941 was a significant one in American and world history. The United States was emerging from the Great Depression, and by the end of the year, the country would enter World War II following the attack on Pearl Harbor. Coins minted during this period serve as a tangible reminder of those turbulent times. The 1941 no mint mark dime thus carries historical weight, connecting collectors not only to the art of Adolf Weinman, but also to the broader narrative of the nation in a time of transition and challenge. Coins like these offer a way to hold history in your hands, making them far more than simple pieces of money. One of the major reasons the 1941 no mint mark dime can reach a market value of $900 lies in its condition and grade. While millions of these dimes were struck in Philadelphia, the vast majority entered circulation, where they were exposed to heavy use. This means that most surviving examples today show signs of wear, scratches, and loss of original luster. However, when a coin survives in pristine mint state condition, graded MS-67 or higher by services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, it becomes exponentially rarer. It is these high-grade specimens that command premium prices at auction or through private sales. For collectors striving to assemble a top-quality Mercury dime set, the 1941 no mint mark dime in exceptional condition can easily reach or surpass $900. Another factor influencing value is the presence of minting varieties and errors. While the Philadelphia Mint did not place a mint mark on these coins, subtle variations in die strikes can create collectible differences. Some 1941 dimes may feature doubled dies, repunched details, or other minor irregularities. Collectors love such anomalies because they add uniqueness and rarity to a coin. If a 1941 no mint mark dime includes one of these recognized varieties, its value can rise well above the $900 benchmark, depending on the error's visibility and the coin's overall preservation. These error coins highlight the human and mechanical side of minting, proof that even in mass production, no two coins are entirely identical. The Mercury dime series is also beloved because of its silver content. Unlike the clad dimes produced after 1965, the 1941 dime is struck from 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it intrinsic precious metal value. While the silver content alone may not explain its high numismatic value, it adds a baseline of worth and makes the coin attractive to investors as well as collectors. The combination of silver bullion content and historical significance enhances the appeal of coins like the 1941 no mint mark dime, offering both artistic and material value. Collector demand plays a central role in driving the $900 market value of this coin. Mercury dimes are among the most collected U.S. coin series, and for those seeking a complete date and mint mark set, the 1941 no mint mark dime is essential. Demand for this series is consistently strong, ensuring that coins in high grades will always attract multiple interested buyers. This competitive bidding environment is what allows prices to climb so dramatically for top-quality examples. The coin's aesthetic beauty, historical background, and connection to Roosevelt-era America make it a cornerstone piece in many collections. Certification is another major contributor to value. A raw, uncertified 1941 dime may sell for modest amounts, but once certified and graded by a professional service like NGC or PCGS, its market value can rise sharply. Collectors and investors are far more willing to pay premium prices when they have confidence in the coin's authenticity and grade. A 1941 no mint mark dime graded MS-67 or MS-68 can reach the $900 figure with ease, while particularly outstanding examples may go even higher. Certification provides assurance and liquidity, making such coins not only desirable, but also easy to trade within the global numismatic marketplace. It's also important to note the role of population reports in determining value. Grading companies regularly publish census data showing how many coins of a given date and mint mark exist at various grade levels. For the 1941 no mint mark dime, the number of coins surviving in the highest grades is relatively small compared to the original mintage. This scarcity adds pressure to the market, as collectors who want to own the best of the best must compete fiercely for a limited supply. The interplay between rarity and demand is the cornerstone of numismatic value, and it explains why even a widely produced coin like the 1941 dime can reach impressive market figures when condition is exceptional. From a broader perspective, the 1941 no mint mark dime reflects the enduring legacy of classic American coin designs. Adolph Weinman's winged Liberty head is widely considered one of the most artistic and beautiful coin designs ever minted in the United States. Collectors are drawn not only to its beauty, but also to its symbolism, freedom of thought, strength, and peace. Owning a high-grade example of this coin is not just about investment. It is about preserving a piece of America's cultural and artistic heritage. For many collectors, the chance to own a $900 Mercury dime is about connecting to history and art as much as it is about financial value. Looking ahead, the value of the 1941 no mint mark dime is likely to remain strong and may even increase over time. As more collectors enter the hobby and as the supply of pristine examples shrinks, prices have the potential to rise further. Coins like these are finite. No new 1941 dimes will ever be minted. Each year, losses from damage, mishandling, or being melted for silver reduce the surviving population. For those who acquire and preserve such coins today, the future may hold even greater rewards, both in financial terms and in the satisfaction of owning a true numismatic treasure. In conclusion, the 1941 no mint mark 1 dime is a remarkable coin that combines artistry, history, and rarity into a single piece of American heritage. With a market value reaching $900 in the highest grades, this coin exemplifies how even small denominations can carry immense worth in the world of numismatics. From its beautiful winged Liberty head design by Adolph A. Weinman to its role in reflecting the historical context of pre-World War II America, the coin stands as a lasting symbol of freedom and strength. For collectors, the thrill of owning such a dime lies not only in its financial value, but also in its ability to tell the story of a nation and an era. Whether preserved as part of a complete Mercury dime collection or held as a standalone treasure, the 1941 no mint mark dime proves once again that sometimes the smallest coins carry the largest stories.